Let pet owners know how to help save their pets' lives. So the first thing we're going to do, we come across our unconscious dog. We need to shout for help. Go on, shout out for help.
My dog has collapsed.
And we get a lot of people asking why this is. Bystanders, anyone coming by, you can show them how to do this very quickly, or someone to call to help you drive to the vet while you continue CPR. So after we do that, we're going to give him a bit of a shake and shout. So why don't you shake Casper for me a bit? Grab him by the shoulders, give him a shake, you know.
Casper, wake up.
That's it. So we're looking for any signs of life, any movement, or his eyes going to open up. We don't want to be doing CPR on a dog that actually may have just fainted or has just had a bit of a different episode. So right after that, we're going to check for breathing. So there's a few different ways we can do this. So we can put our hand on the chest. We can have our hand out as well, looking and seeing visual, and as well holding a mobile phone in front, because your mobile phone fogs up with condensation. So that's a good way of not getting your hands around and getting bed. After we have checked, we can't see any breathing. We need to check for an obstruction. So they may have choked on something. We can't do compressions or rescue breaths if they have something caught in their throat. So we're going to gently pull their tongue out, and we're going to have a look. If there's an obstruction that we can get out, we're going to get that out. If there's no obstruction, we are absolutely clear to start with our compressions. The positioning of that is going to be where the point of elbow meets the chest. So you want the widest part of that chest there. So where that dog's elbow comes up and into that chest.
All right.
So just right here on Casper, we're going to place our hand over, interlocked, and we're going to bend at the waist. So elbows locked and wrists are locked so that we're not none of this. So we go pump, 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 and we're going to do that at a pace of 100 to 120 beats per minute. So a lot of people like Staying Alive. They like Baby Shark. We're going to do 30 compressions, and then we are going to do 2 breaths into the nose. So how we're going to do those breaths, we're going to pull out that tongue again to clear the airway. We're going to put it to the side, and we're going to seal his mouth shut. And we're actually going to breathe into the nose, not into the mouth. So we're going to look down the chest and make sure the chest just enough rises and falls, because we don't want to put that breath in until that chest falls again. So 1 breath looking down, we're going to release and let that chest drop, and then breath 2. Once that drops, we're going to go straight back into those 30 compressions, and we're going to repeat this for a 2-minute cycle. Then we can check and see, do we have any signs of life? We might check for a pulse. You only want to limit that to 10 seconds or less of checking. If nothing, you go straight back into a 2-minute cycle. And that's where having someone to help you is really important, because after 2 minutes, you're going to get really tired.
Do you generally say to people, just keep going? If you can get them to the vet, do it in the car on the way to the vet?
Absolutely. When you decide to stop, it is a very personal question. Personally, for me, it would be until I'm exhausted and I can no longer go on. Anything past 10 minutes, really the survival rate isn't that great.
Wow.
You also need to think about as well for the welfare of your animal. If this animal already has some serious health implications and they're super elderly, CPR is really, really intense.
You can break ribs, can't you?
That's right, yeah. Our aim isn't to break ribs, but you could, and you've got to think about, is it something we even want to perform in the first place? So very good question.
All right, can I have a quick go then?
Absolutely,
right, okay,
yes.
Have a go. I've shaken the dog to check to see if he's responsive, and he's not. And we check for breathing, and he's not breathing. And I pull the tongue out, don't I? As well?
Yeah, and your obstruction's out, and you are ready to go now.
Okay, so elbow.
Yeah.
Onto his chest here.
Perfect.
And I'm going to put one hand down there, and the other one is locking on
Beautiful.
that.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to go baby shark do 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 baby shark do do
Yeah.
do baby shark do 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 baby shark. Whoa, it is actually exhausting. And is this dummy sort of representative of a real dog?
Yeah, I mean, each breed, each size is going to be a little bit different. There are different hand placements for different breeds, but for this purpose, this would be your typical, your labs, your spaniels, most breeds you see.
Hooray, he's breathing.
Woo!
Woo, we saved him. We saved our dog. So there's lots of things that can become lodged in your dog's throat, and 2 of the most common things that my vet has told me causes the most deaths a year are tennis balls, which a lot of people use as toys for their dogs. And as you can see, this falls apart very, very easily. Now, my experience with a tennis ball was an awful one. So I had an Alaskan Malamute, and one day I woke up and there was sick everywhere. And I took him to the vet, and she said a tennis ball had split in half, gone down his intestine, and she said it had lodged here, causing all the fluid to build up behind the tennis ball. So he's projectile vomiting, and she said that causes multiple organ failure, and then the dog will literally die. So she had to cut him open and get the tennis ball out.